blood iron pull of grief. The weather grew colder, and Myra went shopping. She had heard of a place in a basement that sold cheap clothes, as many items as you could stuff into a plastic shopping bag for $1. Descending a series of escalators to the metro, Myra felt a sort of dread settle onto her. Even once she'd reached her stop and was above ground again, the feeling stayed with her. The sky was heavy and the wind sharp. Myra trudged past rows of red brick houses perched up against narrow sidewalks, her fingertips brushing the outer walls. The dim rooms she observed through the windows were home to flickering silhouettes of old women illuminated by the blue light of their televisions. The windows were unadorned, the rooms small, the women almost sitting right out on the sidewalk, so exposed, so vulnerable they seemed in those flimsy houses. One woman calling to someone in the dark kitchen behind her as Myra passed. At the end of the street was a school converted into a soup kitchen. Beyond the kitchen, with its vats of thin ham and pea soup and its stacked bags of day-old Wonder Bread, were wooden stairs leading down to the clothing store. The ceiling was low and the room lit with bare light bulbs. 2 women rolling pennies on a table, a door laid over a pair of sawhorses, nodded at Myra. A pyramid of stale-smelling clothing hulked in the center of the room. She sifted through the great mound, stirring up a cloud of mustiness. As she touched each shirt, gingerly holding it up by its stiff shoulders, or each jacket or baggy-legged pair of pants, Myra felt the ghostly bodies that had once inhabited the clothes. Do the dead hover near their possessions or near their former homes, warming themselves on memory? Was her father's spirit, hungry and lost, haunting the lot where his gas station had once stood? Did something of him remain between the pages of his old ledger books, or in the shirts and socks she folded and refolded into their cardboard box? Myra felt weirdly toxic. She pictured something malevolent incubating inside her. Maybe tomorrow she should go to church, if she could find one open. She had done this before. Churches were quiet and warmer than her apartment. In United Churches, Myra watched sunlight on the blonde, blank wood of the pews. She liked to study stained glass windows. Anglicans presented the life of Christ interspersed with World War I commemorative scenes in purple, red, and yellow. In Catholic churches, she stared at banks of candles and tried to picture the faces of those who had lit them. She imagined those they mourned, the newly dead, still fluttering near this last light, held to the world of the living through the blood iron pull of grief.